All right. Hey everyone. Today I got a little bit of sun, so I'm a little bit sunburnt looking, which is good for me because I don't ever get any damn sun. I'm a nocturnal creature. I'm up all night painting, making stupid videos. But I got to help coach my son's flag football team, and we won one of our games today, and my kid scored a touchdown, so fuck yeah. Today I'm going to talk to you about a painting I just finished. It's that Temptation of Christ painting I've been working on since Thanksgiving, way back on Thanksgiving Day. I started it. I cooked all day, cooked dinner for me and Lindsay and the boys and for the kiddies. And that day, watched a lot of football. It was a great day. It was really fun. But at the end of the day, most people are tired after they were eating turkey. I was not. I had this idea, a Temptation of Christ painting of sorts, for a long time now. In fact, the night that I started it on Thanksgiving night, it was the first time I really had any time to try to get any sort of good amount of work done. Everyone else had passed out early, and they left me around 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm bored. I need to start this shit. And so I went for it. And so I'm going to talk about my process and about this painting throughout this video. I think it'd be really cool to it kind of explain some of the people who I had model for it too. So I'm going to explain that later in this video. So a lot of people who know me, they know I'm not religious in any way, shape, or form. So they would be probably surprised that I would decide to do a painting with Jesus in it anyway. In this painting, it wasn't about being religious or even anti-religious or even satanic in any way. It wasn't. There's nothing about this painting that's supposed to be reactionary, really. I'm not looking for people who see this painting to feel like, oh wow, it's Jesus and Satan together. The point of this painting is to show the temptation, to show if there's a temptation in the story, then one has to be tempted by it. Look at a crucifixion too, especially in Catholic churches. They always do it like 1-to-1 scale. It's really big, and was being confronted with that as a child and you looking up at it, it's meant to give you this sobering reminder about the sacrifice that Christ made for his people. When I saw it, I thought, this is really fucking crazy that this is hanging up in right here, and that they would do the man like that. Yeah, I'm not a religious person, and a lot of people who know me from the tattoos and the paintings I do, and they're a little bit more heavy metal looking shit. And a lot of people know me from when I was doing black metal, and they would think, why are you doing paintings with Jesus in them? I grew up in Boston. I grew up Irish and Catholic and Italian, and all the neighborhoods I lived in were very Catholic neighborhoods. They're all projects throughout the greater Boston area, both in Southie and in Quincy. If you're familiar with those neighborhoods, you know they can be very Catholic. And I played Catholic fucking basketball and everything else too. I was the only kid on the team that was white, and I was the only kid on the team that never played because I was fucking terrible at basketball. But so it was good that the other guys did, because we crushed everyone else. We destroyed all the other fucking project communities. It was sick. Anyway, Boston was a old city. It's got old art, all these institutions of higher learning, all these universities. We were going on a lot of field trips, whether it was to art museums or places of some sort of historical significance. Boston's a very historical city in and of itself, and I was always intrigued, man. Like, I would look around, even when I was at the churches, I was in little kids sitting in church looking up at the crucifixion, seeing Jesus bleeding, and it was gory, and it was like all the muscle and like the crown of thorns. And man, it was fucking crazy. And when I was a kid, I didn't even really listen to what they said, man. Like, the messages, they were fine. They were cool stories and everything, but just seeing things, I felt like they told a story. Blood and the macabre, and sometimes death, is associated within that artistic style. A lot of my artistic influences, they understood that better than anyone. One of my favorite painters of all time is Caravaggio. In fact, when I was an apprentice as a tattooer, I found out who Caravaggio was pretty early, and I loved his work. I went to a Barnes & Noble, and me and all my little hood rat friends at the time would go into Barnes & Noble and shoe stores and all these other, corporations. We didn't like stealing shit from people, but we definitely stole stuff from corporations back in those days. Whether it was art supplies, books, stuff to put a tattoo shop together, whatever it was. One of the books that I actually got during my apprenticeship that I got from Barnes and Noble. Sorry, Barnes and Noble, I'll come pay you for it if you want. But one of the books I stole was this Caravaggio book here, and I don't know if you can see that. Boom, you can see how old it is though. It's like, worn and tattered and just like it's nasty. But this book was one of my favorite books of all time. It folds out, into posters and shit. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I got this book. It made me like, I looked at the pictures up close. It intrigued me. And I really got into the idea of, man, I wish I could paint like that. If you've seen Caravaggio's work, you've seen the really dark and the really light. And what those highlights do, it's almost, the highlights tell the story. They really drive the whole thing together. Caravaggio was a genius for this. When he did it, everyone else started doing it. It was basically like, here's something amazing. I'm going to paint it realistically. Maybe not even maybe idealistically either. Caravaggio wasn't somebody who's going to just, here you go, here's a little like cute fluffy painting. He's like, no, if we got to cut someone's fucking head off, we cut someone's fucking head off. If we got to fucking make a, a crucifixion and show it in great detail and all the pain of that, he went to great efforts to show you that. And the reason why is because when he shows you violence, when he shows you the hell and brimstone, it's in line with a lot of the Catholic imagery. At the time, he was kind of pissing a lot of people off, like the popes and the cardinals and all the clergy. They were like, what in the fuck is Caravaggio doing? Like, we didn't ask for all this violent shit. We didn't ask for some painting of the Virgin Mary dead, who the reference he used was a prostitute that drowned. And so he's using that as the Mary, the death of the Virgin Mary. It's like, whoa, bro. What I think Caravaggio was trying to do, and what a lot of people neglected to understand at the time when they didn't see his genius at the time, all of his paintings look like they're a movie, basically. Almost all his paintings are 1-to-1 scale. So when you stand in front of them, they're damn near the same size as you. And I like that about him. He has a sense of theater. He's using lighting like they would in theater. And he's using drama within a painting. And he's using a lot of the forms to kind of capture the light. And he puts the light wherever he wants, really. He's like, you know what? This part right here, light it up. I'm going to go over some of the things that are going on in this painting, why I made some of the choices I did artistically in this, and kind of some of the secret hidden meanings behind the allegory. And in a flash, Satan would appear on the mountain, offering the universe, the earth, you, me, everything that has ever existed. And for a moment, Jesus is transfixed, marveled by Satan's magic. How could a being known of such evil offer such power, such magic? And it's in this moment Jesus realizes he is tempted. Why should I not have these powers? Am I not better off with these powers? And Satan thinks that he has him in this moment. This magnetism, this conjoined feeling. It's without a doubt a familiar story. And we know in the story of the Bible, Jesus denies Satan. These two, often associated as being polar opposites, share a path, a symbiotic nature between man and beast. So if you're going to do a Temptation of Christ type of painting, you're going to need two characters. You're going to need Christ and you're going to need Satan as reference. If you're going to have models actually come in and pose for the lighting. And I think that that's actually an important thing to have in if you're doing a portrait style painting, or if you're doing a painting with lighting in it, that's going to be telling the story. When you use real models, when you have somebody come in, you do a photo reference of them so that you can paint them, or you paint them live, it's good to light them the right way. And when you get back home and you're going to do maybe another session on it, it's good to have a reference photo. So I would say, if you have the opportunity, work with a good photographer. Everyone's got a photographer friend. Hit somebody up, ask them if they can help you get the shots that you need. Friends are great for that. Your friends may be able to play a role. In my paintings, I I have people do this pretty often. I've had people do it with a mermaid painting I've done before. I've had it do for Rose in No Man's Land painting I've done. When I used a real model, my paintings were a lot more convincing. And I also got a lot of the emotions that I needed the characters in my paintings to portray. I'm really lucky. My boss is a painter, photographer, tattooer. And type of photography he does is a lot of models, it's a lot of nude photography, it's a lot of like, he's photographed anyone from Playboy to your local goth girl down the street. Caleb John is his name, and I was able to convince Caleb to help me. When I first set out to do a Temptation of Christ painting, it was actually really funny because I tattooed a guy who I thought, this guy looks like Jesus, a guy named Cullen. And Cullen, super nice guy. You know, he comes in, he's just like, hey man, I saw one of your paintings on Instagram and I really would like to get it tattooed on me. I don't have any tattoos. Can we do that? I thought, hell yeah, man. Like, you just hit me up about a painting I did. You want to get a tattoo of it? Fuck yeah, let's do that. So I immediately liked the guy because, you know, he's playing to my good side. You know, as I tattooed him, I kind of got to know him. I saw that he was a pretty wholesome guy. Because as I tattooed him, I was like, damn, this dude kind of looks like Jesus too. And I said to him while I was tattooing him, I was like, hey man, you know, I might be doing a painting coming up. I have some ideas with a painting what Jesus would be in. Do you think you'd want to do it? And he was like, well, yeah, I guess so. You know, I'd be down to do that. So in the back of my mind, I was thinking, Cullen's my guy. That guy's going to be Jesus for me. On the other hand, I needed someone to play good Satan. And not everyone can play Satan, Lucifer, the devil, whatever you want to be. Not everyone can play that the right way. In fact, I didn't have to think about it for very long because I knew who would be fucking perfect for this. And it was a guy named Jimmy. Jimmy's a actor. He's a musician. He's a burlesque ringmaster of sorts. So many talents I'm not even aware of. But I ended up playing, my band played with his way back in the day. You know, he was a great frontman, and I know he played in other bands and did other activities. But what surprised me is once me and my girlfriend went to go see the Nutcracker, and Jimmy comes out on the stage and fucking stole the show. I mean, he played like some random character, and there wasn't a lot of talking because the Nutcracker's a ballet. And Jimmy came out there and he was just so charismatic, and he just had this like smile. And I thought to myself, man, that guy. And I went and looked at him on Instagram or on Facebook, and I was like, looked at his pictures, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking perfect. Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking perfect. That's funny. I messaged him. I said, hey man, like weird fucking question. Do you think you'd be interested in playing, posing for a painting and playing sort of the role of Satan for me? Jimmy wrote me back and he was like, dude, that'd be fucking cool. Hell yeah. Like, I'm down. Let me know what we got to do. The day of the shoot comes and Jimmy messages me and he's like, hey man, I'm going to be a little late. I'm having car trouble. And I was like, yeah, no problem, man. And Cullen shows up like 10 minutes early. So it was kind of funny. Like, Jesus starts the day like, I've arrived and I'm here on time. And, I'm with all my good virtue. And the guy who's about to play Satan's like, yeah, man, I'm going to be a little late. Like, I got shit going on, dude. Jimmy finally shows up and I'm like, hey, man, you got any shorts? Because I'm going to have you wear like sort of a tunic in this picture. And he's like, well, no, I'm fucking freeballing it, man. Shirt cocking it, basically. And it was hilarious because the look on the guy who's playing Jesus, Cullen's face was just like, okay, all right, buddy. And so Jimmy ends up, going, and we pin him up and we get him all set. So he's wearing his robes, and these guys walk out onto Caleb's home studio. Caleb has a beautiful home studio, and we walk out into this like little set, and these guys fucking became Jesus and the devil immediately. I mean, these guys couldn't have been more perfect for the roles that they played. Playing Jesus, he was kind of like reluctant, like, who's this crazy? And Jimmy being super charismatic, Jimmy's kind of like, hey, how's it going, man? I'm a professional. Like, how's it going? And really helped Cullen kind of fall into the role. It was really cool, actually. When the guys were shooting, they were really cool. They were like, let us know what you need. And we did like hundreds of different poses. And Caleb really helped me flesh out the ideas and the gestures that I wanted them to do. And that's what, using a model is perfect for. You might have one idea of how it's going to be. And then you show up and you get the lighting right and you get the poses and you're like, that's not quite what I'm looking for. And what I was sort of looking for was some depth. You know, what I love about Caravaggio is he shows depth in his painting. So I wanted them to very much feel like they were walking towards us. They were almost walking up this mountain towards us. So these guys did an amazing job. We were able to get so many pictures and perfect reference for this. And so it was the best help I could have possibly asked for. And I couldn't thank Jimmy, Dub, and Cullen any better or any more for it. I will say this, creepy side note, when Cullen was leaving Caleb's house from the shoot, as he was driving out, a car crashed into him, totaled his car, like right after he played Jesus. So it was kind of weird, kind of creepy. Dudes from Serpent and the Rainbow Tattoo in Asheville, North Carolina, sent me over a little surprise package. I wasn't expecting it, and they're all fucking amazing tattooers over there. I have no idea what this is. It was waiting at the shop for me. I didn't even know it was there. But we're gonna cut into it, see what it is, see what kind of gifts that these sweet gentlemen sent. It's always crazy when people just send me random stuff like this. Ooh, they got little pink panties. Anticipation. Watch it be a dildo. If you guys sent me a fucking dildo, I'm gonna use it on you. Ooh. Got that awesome John Henry sticker. Look at that. That's cool. Got like the Cherokee writing on it too. It's probably backwards. Maybe no. Look at that. That's so dope. That's such a cool looking language, man. That's cool. What else we got? Dang, it's like a little care package. I'm off at summer camp. Y'all thinking about me? Ooh, look at all these. Got a bunch of stickers. Damn, boys. I love y'all. Cards. Dean. Fucking tat hero. Old Diener. You dope. This John Henry card's dope. He's playing basketball. Huge basketball fan. Shout out to John Henry. You dope. Boop. Get the cards right. And then, oh, that's their card right there. Oh, Jeremy. Look at that one. Ooh, you bad. You scary. Yeah, these are all fucking dope. I'm gonna put these everywhere. Look at that sticker. Boom. That's such a dope name too. Serpent and the Rainbow. Y'all are so creative over there in Asheville. Y'all have so many good tatters out there. Look at this sticker. Little preverts. All right. There's more. Jeez, y'all are too sweet. It's too light to be a dildo. Yeah. Ooh, man. Dope. Oh, this is the... Look at that. What? Look at that. Fine art. Quality print. Hold on. Can you see this shit? Look at this. With the possum. And the snake. That's so sick. Yeah, look at that thing. Damn, thank you, boys. I appreciate y'all sending me this. Oh, and it says magnetic on it. I didn't even see that. What? Look at that. So cool. Man, y'all are amazing. Look at how quality this is, too. Damn, that is nice. Whew, smoking good. Unbelievable. I appreciate y'all. Y'all the best. Man. Thank you.